Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Omni viewer, and in this video I'd like to address a particular issue about Godzilla Kong the New Empire that I've been pondering for a little while now. A little while back I heard some fans talking about a potential inconsistency in this movie, something that might even be a plot hole. It goes like this. While fleeing Skar King's domain, Kong and Zuko appear to reach the Iwi city very quickly, and One Eye, who follows them, gets back to Skar King just as quickly. Yet Skar King seems to take a long time covering that same distance when he marches with Shimo and his army. It sure does seem like a discrepancy, specifically one designed to benefit the good guys. After all, if Skar King, Shimo, and the Ape Guards drag their feet while getting to the city, that gives the humans time to get Kong outfitted with the Beast Glove, which in turn gives Kong time to go topside and get Godzilla, which allows them both to arrive just in time for the big battle. Let me guess, you're going to overthink it to find out if this really is a plot hole or if it can be explained based entirely on what's in the movie. Am I right? That's the idea, so let's get to it. Okay, so admittedly there is no map of the Hollow Earth as far as I know, so we don't really know where the different locations we see are in relation to each other. Without that, it's difficult to make solid logistical claims. However, based on what the movie shows us, I believe we can infer the following information. 1. Kong's territory and the Iwi city are relatively close to the Monarch outpost. 2. Skar King's domain is not only far from those three locations, but it is on a lower level of Hollow Earth accessible through tunnels. 3. Skar King's domain is separated from the rest of the landscape by a vast chasm. 4. The shortest way across this chasm is the Bone Bridge. These, I believe, are self-evident facts based on what we can observe within the movie itself. So, how are these details significant? Well, first it means that the humans going back and forth between the city and the destroyed outpost so quickly isn't that outrageous of a concept. Upon arrival, they're exploring/meandering with no clear idea of where to go or what to look for, but once they have their bearings and they know which locations are where, getting back and forth between two known points is easier, especially by air. The timing within the movie might still be a bit compressed, but it is feasible. As for Skar King's journey, he has a longer way to go, crossing the chasm, traversing the lower level of the Hollow Earth, then ascending up those tunnels and traversing another landscape to finally reach the city. Now yes, on the surface, it seems like he shouldn't take longer than Kong and Zuko to get from point A to point B. However, Skar King has one very big but very necessary impediment. Shimo. It's no secret that Shimo is very large for a Titan. In fact, she is large enough for Skar King and later Kong to ride on top of, which is quite a daring move for both of them given the sharp spikes on her back. They are either very sure-footed or not overly concerned about castration. That's a very unpleasant thought that will be stuck in my head forever. Anyway, the point is that Shimo is big, and by extension, she is heavy. She is also Skar King's ace in the hole, his most powerful asset, which means she is vital to his conquest. Skar King has to take Shimo with him in order to beat Godzilla, oppose any other Titans in his way, and so conquer the world. Now let's look at that journey again. As established, Skar King, Shimo, and the Ape Guards start in Skar King's domain, which is separated from the rest of the Hollow Earth by a very long, very wide chasm. The first goal is to get from one side of that chasm to the other, and the most direct way to do that is by crossing the Bone Bridge. Now, the Bone Bridge is a controversial element unto itself, but for our purposes today, we just need to accept that it exists. At some point eons ago, a very, very large creature died while trying to cross the chasm, and its bones now serve as a bridge across it. It is, however, an unsteady bridge. Observe how it sways and trembles under the weight of Kong and Zuko as they cross. See how them bones jangle? This means that having Shimo cross it is, at best, a risky move. Maybe it can support Shimo's weight, but if there's even a chance that the bridge will collapse and send her into the abyss, Skar King probably won't risk it, because that would mean losing his ultimate weapon. As such, the most direct path must be abandoned in favor of something more secure. This could be a narrower point that can be jumped, or a natural stone bridge, or a shallow point easy to climb, or maybe just wherever the chasm ends. Whatever the case, this need to find an alternate way across is going to add time to the journey. Following this, we have those tunnels connecting the lower levels and the upper levels. Now, it is safe to assume that there are probably a lot of these scattered around the Hollow Earth, and Kong discovers but one of them when the movie begins. That said, Shimo's size is once again a factor. To proceed upward, it must be through a tunnel large enough to accommodate her, so such a tunnel must either be found or enlarged artificially. Again, either instance adds time to the journey, and even more time might be added depending on what tunnel they take and how far away that could potentially put them from the city. Ergo, these two instances would cause the procession of Skar King and his army to take longer than Kong and Zuko took. As you can see, there is a way to explain this time discrepancy based on what we can observe within the movie. Now mind you, I am not saying that this is the definitive answer. I'm just saying that it fits the evidence we can observe. It's just something to consider is all. Until such time as we meet again, this is the Omni Viewer signing off. Alternatively, maybe the Skar King Armada took a detour through Axis Mundi, though I'm not entirely sure we can count that as 100% canon just yet.